You're KKS, and their name's Maureen. So yeah, it's good to get some ladies getting up on air and talking to each other. Well, you never know, very, very soon you'll be, if enough come up, there'll be messages passed on cooking recipes and crocheting and sewing, all kinds of stuff, over.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, a few years ago, we talked about doing a DStar.net for us females, but we never could get enough interest to do that, and so it never did pan out. There was a few over in the UK that we thought might come on there, and a few in other places, but it never did materialize. So maybe one of these days we'll do that. It'd be fun.
Yes. Normally, I'm using the 92 AD at the moment, and I normally use it with the GPS microphone, but at the moment I've got the radio connected to the computer. I'm just doing a little bit of playing around with a few things, which means that I can't have the GPS microphone on it at the same time, because they both use the same connector on the radio. It's actually a pity that Icon didn't separate. Never mind. They have on the ID31, and hopefully on the 51 as well. But that's the problem, is that the press to talk actually on the side of the radio is quite brutal. It needs quite a bit of finger strength to actually hold it in. So if my finger gets a bit lazy, then I lose contact, over.
Okay, that was Chris was unlinking there, I guess. KB2VBY. Yeah, I understand that, and hopefully one of these days I'll have my N92AD back down here with me too. But yeah, I remember that. I always use the GPS mic with it when I used it, and I don't know. With the 2820, a friend of mine in Trevor M0TWS sent me it was a push-to-talk, I call it the push-to-talk box, and I used it with the 2820, but it actually had a little switch on it, and you plugged it into the radio, and then you had a little lapel mic that I would clip on my shirt collar, and it would just flip back and forth. One way you flipped it, you were talking, and then you flipped it back the other way, and you were listening. So that sure saved my my hand and my thumb from getting tired on the pushing that microphone on the side of the radio, and also on the side of the microphone. So it made it a lot easier. I miss having that, and I don't know if they make them for the handhelds or not. Have to check with Trevor and see what they do. But anyway, it sure was a lifesaver when I was doing that there in Missouri. Back to you, Laurie.